The Mutilated by Tennessee Williams. Production note. The sets are as delicate as Japanese line drawings. They should be so abstract, so spidery, with the exception of Trinket Dugan's bedroom, that the audience will accept the non-realistic style of the play. The first set represents the Silver Dollar Hotel on South Rampart Street in New Orleans, with the front wall lifted except for a door frame to the lobby, which contains only the desk and switchboard. Stage left, a spring-ruptured old sofa, and a Christmas tree which has shed nearly bare of its needles. A few steps curve behind the back wall of the lobby, indicating stairway to the floors above. The name of the hotel appears in pale blue neon above the skeleton structure a few moments after the curtain has risen on it. The verses that appear preceding the play after various scenes and at the end of the play will be set to music and sung, probably a cappella, as rounds by a band of carolers. This band should comprise all the characters in the play, and they will be signaled by a pitch pipe. Trinket and Celeste should sing in Trinket's room or as they descend the exterior stairs to the forestage. Scene 1. The Silver Dollar Hotel on South Rampart Street, the old French Quarter in New Orleans. At the desk is seated the night clerk, Bernie, in a swivel chair that leans way back, permitting him to rest his feet on the low counter. He's reading a comic book. If the switchboard buzzes, he can make a connection with very slight change of position. There is a spindling outside staircase of gray wood to a landing on a level above. For some reason, possibly because it used to be a private frame residence, this stair landing only has access to one room. This favored room is Trinket Dugan's. As the curtain rises, we hear the carolers sing the first verses of the carol. Carolers. I think the strange, the crazed, the queer will have their holiday this year. And for a while, a little while, there will be pity for the wild. A miracle, a sanctuary for the wild. I think the mutilated will be touched by hands that nearly heal. At night, the agonized will feel a comfort that is nearly real. A miracle, a comfort that is nearly real. The constant star of wanderers will light the forest where they fall, and they will see and they will hear a radiance, a distant call. A miracle, a vision and a distant call. At last for each someone may come, and even though he may not stay, it may be softer where he was. It may be sweeter where he lay. A miracle. Stones may soften where he lay. The carolers finish and disperse. Celeste and her brother Henry appear before the hotel. Celeste is a short, plump little woman with a large bosom of which she is excessively proud, wearing low-cut dresses by night and day. She has hennaed hair with bangs, and her muskrat jacket was discovered one lucky day in the window of a thrift shop. She has a passion for satins because they fit close and catch light, and pearls cannot be big enough to suit her. She has a very large purse for shoplifting. Her age is 50. Her spirit unconquerable. Celeste. Come on in with me, Henry. Henry. No. Celeste. Oh, just for a minute. I want you to meet the nice boy on the desk nights. She says this with eager cordiality, which is rebuffed by her undertaker brother, Henry. Look, he has produced a notebook and a Waterman pen which he received for Christmas when he was a child of 10. I'm going to write down the address of the Rainbow Bakery for you and the name of the man to talk to when you get down there. Celeste. Oh, good. Do that, Henry, dear. She squeezes his stiff arm against her. A girl never had a sweeter brother than you. You know that, Henry? How much I appreciate it? Henry. I know from experience how much good this'll do. You got no more idea of earning an honest living than flying to the moon. Celeste. I'm gonna surprise you, Henry. Henry. You got any decent clothes to go to work in? Celeste. Blood is thicker than water, ain't it, Henry? Henry. I'm not talking about blood. I asked if you got a suitable thing to wear to the bakery Monday after New Year's. Celeste. I know where I can pick up some real sweet little house dresses for less than $5 each. And I'll pay you back out of my first week's wages, Henry. Henry. You think I'm fool enough to advance you cash for house dresses when right this minute you are staring over my shoulder at the bar on the corner? Now put this address in that suitcase you carry around like a purse. Hell, the size of that old purse would mark you as a shoplifter even if every store in town didn't already know you as one. He hands her the bakery address. Celeste. Don't have my specs. What's it say? Henry. It says 820 Carondelet. It's on the corner at Carondelet and Dauphine. Celeste. Rainbow Bakery. Carondelet and Dauphine. Bright and early the first Monday after New Year's. Bless you, Henry. You old sweet thing, you. Henry. I'll see if the cook has some old white uniforms for you. You gotta wear white in a bakery, I reckon. Well, oh, what name shall I tell this man when I phone him you're coming? Celeste. What name? Why, my own name, of course, Celeste Delacroix Griffin. I'm not ashamed to work in a bakery, Henry. I don't have false pride about it. Henry. You don't have pride, true or false, about anything ever. That's not the point. The point is, I don't want you using my name anymore. Not there nor anywhere else. I got children growing up here. I don't want you using our name. So give me a made-up name for me to give Mr. Noonan. Celeste. Oh, well, give him the name Agnes Jones. Henry. Okay, Agnes Jones. He starts off abruptly, then stops at the exit and calls back to her. I'll also tell Mr. Noonan that 10 a week from your salary gets held back for me till I recover the full amount that it cost me to get you out of the jug. Celeste, calling after him. See you for Xmas dinner tomorrow, Henry. Henry. I never want to see you again in my life. So bum your Xmas dinner off somebody else. Celeste. Henry, you don't mean that. Henry, shouting back from a distance. Yes, I do. Celeste. Yes, he does. Yes, I guess he does. A cold wind whines. She raises her hands to her bosom, crossing her arms. Well, this time last year on Xmas Eve, Trinket Dugan and I were in her bedroom upstairs. On this cue, Trinket Dugan's bedroom is lighted at a low level, and we see Trinket in a Japanese kimono, pale rose-colored, seated on the edge of a small, peeling white iron bed, holding a school child's notebook on her lap, biting a pencil, about to make an entry in her diary. Her Victrola is playing very softly by the bed. A gallon jug of California Tokay is on a tiny table. The wine catches the light with a delicate jewel-like glow. Trinket aloud. Dear Diary. Dear Diary. I have nothing to say. She closes the book with a sigh and pours a glass of Tokay. Celeste. She's up in her room right now, and a 5 will get you 50. If I had 5, that she's got herself a gallon jug of California Tokay. She's a terrible wino. Can afford gin, drinks wine. Well, she's rich and selfish, purse proud, but mutilated. Oh, yes. She's a mutilated woman. I know it. I'm the only one who knows it. That's my ace in the hole. I'm going up there now by these side stairs and offer the peace pipe to her. I'll tell her on the evening of Christ's birthday, even a pair of old bitches like Trinket and Celeste should bury the hatchet. Forget all past wounds that either's given the other, and drink a toast to the birth of the babe in the manger, with a sweet golden wine, with Tokay. The sound of drunk sailors singing is heard. Just a minute. Business before pleasure. Bruno and Slim go by. She opens her mangy old fur to display her bosom, but they pass right by, singing, as if she were invisible, although she almost straddles the walk. Blind drunk! Otherwise, they would have noticed my bosom. Hell, even the sergeant on the desk when I checked out of the pokey took a good look at my bosom. Didn't fail to observe it. Well, I'm mighty lucky to still be so firm-breasted when many women past 40 or even 30 have boobs like a couple of mules hanging their heads over the top of a rail on a fence. She starts up the outside staircase but is distracted again by a street voice. Voice. Bird girl. See the bird girl. 50 cents, 4 bits to see the bird girl. Celeste. Oh. Maxie and the bird girl. She chuckles evilly. I can make out there if I play my cards right. He's going to gather a crowd right on this corner. Aha! Voice, strident, approaching. See the bird girl. 2 bits to see the bird girl. Celeste. Oh. Dropped the price. A fat man, Maxie, appears before the hotel with a cloaked and hooded companion who moves with a shuffling, pigeon-toed gait. Hi, Maxie. Merry Xmas, bird girl. Maxie, viciously, to Celeste. Get lost, you bum. See the bird girl. 2 bits to see the bird girl uncovered, unmasked, the world's greatest freak attraction. A few drifters pause on the walk. A drunk staggers out of the Silver Dollar Hotel, digging in his pocket for a quarter. Celeste, seeing the drunk, is a live one. Shoot, that's no bird girl. I know her personally. That's Rampart Street Rose with chicken feathers glued to her. It's a painful, dangerous thing. I know from experience, mister. She turns to the bird girl again. Hey, Rose, how much does Maxie pay you? How much is he paying you, Rosie? Maxie raises a threatening hand over his head. The bird girl makes angry bird noises. Maxie? She rushes up close to him. I ain't gonna expose you. Just give me $5, Maxie. I just got out of the pokey. Give me $5, will ya? For a Xmas bottle? Huh, Maxie? To keep my mouth shut, Maxie? Very fast, overlapped talking. Maxie. I'll shut your fat mouth for you for less than $5. Celeste. Don't raise your hand at me, Maxie. Maxie. Go on, get lost. Celeste. Why, I was the bird girl myself. Have you forgotten I was the bird girl myself? Got 2-degree burns when you put the hot glue on me. Maxie. You want trouble? You want? Bird girl. Awk. Celeste. No. I want $2.20 to buy a half-gallon of California Tokay. The cop enters. The bird girl whistles and croaks wildly as she flaps off. Cop. Break it up. Maxie. She scared the bird girl away. Bird girl offstage. Awk. Maxie running after her. Bird girl. Hey, bird girl. He whistles shrilly. The wind howls. Celeste picking up a loose feather. Poor Rosie. She lost some feathers. Oh, well, that's life for you. If she was a bird, the Humane Society would be interested in her situation. But since she's a human being, they couldn't care less. She turns to the cop. How about that? I mean, the irony of it. The wind whines coldly. Cop. Where do you live? Celeste. My address? Here, right here. Hotel Silver Dollar. Cop. Get off the street. Celeste. Aw, now really? Cop. I know you from night court. Go in and stay off the street. He moves on. Another sailor appears. Celeste opens her coat, hopefully displaying her bosom. Celeste. Hello there. Merry Christmas. Sailor shoving past her. Get lost. Her vivacious smile fades. She closes her coat like a book with a sad ending. Celeste. I am, she means, lost. When you're lost in this world, you're lost and not found. The lost and found department is just the lost department. But I'm going in that lobby like I've just come back from the biggest social event of the goddamn season. No shit. She starts to the door, but freezes just outside it. Well, I'll count 5, and then enter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 1/2, 4 and 3/4. Trinket starts a loud, lively record on her Victrola. 4/4 tempo Santiago waltz. Sounds like she's trying to boost her morale up there. I used to boost her morale. I'd say to her every day, forget your mutilation. It's not the end of the world for you or the world. Hell, I'd say we all have our mutilations. Some from birth, some from long before birth, and some from later in life. And some stay with us forever. Well, there's nothing like a week in the pokey to bring out the philosopher in you. But in me, it's brought out the chicken in me too. Scared to enter the lobby of a flea bag. 4 7/8. No. Nope. I need to be morally fortified before I count to 5 and face that lobby. She turns to the outside staircase. What'll I say to her? Well, I'll think of something when She goes on up to the landing and knocks on the outside door of Trinket's room. Trinket. Who's knocking at my door? Celeste. Me. Celeste. Let's bury the hatchet for Christmas. Trinket. We can't bury the hatchet. We hit each other too hard, and now it's too late to forget it. Celeste. Think of the wonderful times we had together. Trinket. They weren't wonderful times. We bummed around town together. I took you to breakfast. I took you to lunch. I took you to dinner. I took you to the movies. In return for all those favors, I got envy, resentment, and sly insinuations that if I didn't go on sucking up to you just for company in my time of despair, you'd give away my secret. Celeste, that's not true. No soul knows about your mutilation but me. Trinket, you kept reminding me of it. That no soul knew about my mutilation except Celeste. Why would you do that if you didn't mean to threaten me with exposure? Celeste. People don't trust each other. I was afraid you'd suddenly get tired of me. Bored with me. Trinket. Let me in. I'm scared to pass through the lobby. Trinket. They've checked you out. You've lost your room here, Celeste. Celeste. That's what I was afraid of. I suspected. I see you're drinking Tokay. Let me in for a drink. It'll give me the courage to face my situation in the lobby. Trinket. Celeste, we're through with each other. You know why. Remember the night you wanted to eat at Commander's Palace in the Garden District? I wanted to eat Chinese. She starts addressing the audience instead of Celeste. I wanted some mugu gai pan at the Chinese Palace on Dauphine Street. Oh, no, she said, no. If you want to eat boiled rats, go eat Chinese. I wouldn't dream of it, I told her. Of course, I knew two things. She couldn't afford a hamburger at the White Castle, and mugu gai pan is made from water chestnuts, snow peas, and a breast of chicken, one of the world's most famous and delicate dishes. I turned away from her and walked on without her toward the Chinaman's place. Pretty soon, in fact, in less than a minute, I heard the rat-a-tat-tat of her high heels in pursuit. She caught my elbow. I faced her. Her face was livid with hate. Who knows except me about your mutilation? Have I ever exposed you? Let me go, go, I said. Let me go. Go to Commander's Palace, I said, or Galatoire's and feast yourself on any dish you crave with imported wine, but go. Go, let me go. I'm eating Chinese. I want to, and I do what I want to. Know what she said? Then to me, eat Chinese, you mutilated monster. Well, that didn't improve our friendship. That terminated our friendship. Can you blame me? To taunt an old friend because of a mutilation in order to get a free meal in the place she wanted? Celeste resumes pounding at the stair landing door. Go away. It's too late to bury the hatchet. Celeste. No. Trinket. Go. Celeste. Let me just pass through the room. People are kind at Christmas. Trinket. You just want to get in here because you can see this wine and you're a wino. Celeste. Me? A wino? Trinket. A notorious wino. Celeste. You call me a wino. Sitting in there with your big economy jug of California Tokay, so big you can hardly carry it half a block down Rampart. You being too cheap to have it delivered to you. Ho ho. She rattles the doorknob. Trinket, springing up wildly. Go away, you merciless monster, before I call downstairs the police. Celeste. You fink. You freak. I'll get even with you. Oh, will I ever get even with you, Trinket Dugan? Elias Agnes Jones? She rushes back downstairs and into the lobby with an air of bravado. Bernie, the night clerk, has his feet still propped on the desk and the comic book in his lap. Celeste is bold as brass. Hey, Bernie, Merry Christmas. Guess what happened? Bernie. Yeah, you got sprung for Christmas. Celeste. Got what, Bernie? What, baby? Bernie. They let you out of the pokey for Xmas, did they? Celeste. Bernie. You're lost in the comic book world. God bless you and let me kiss you, you big sexy thing, you. I could jump over this desk and just gobble you up. Baby, let's have a quickie right now in a vacant room. Bernie. I got a message for you. Celeste. Boy, oh baby, have I got a message for you. Bernie. Yeah, I bet. But the message I got for you is your stuff's locked up and is going to be held in storage till you paid up your bill here. Celeste. I don't understand this message. Bernie. Repeat it to yourself a couple of times and maybe you'll understand it. Celeste. You said my stuff locked up? My personal belongings? No, I don't get this message. It's such a peculiar message that I could repeat it over and over and still be mystified by it. Bernie, making switchboard connections. Oh, come off it. Everyone knows you that you've been in the house of detention because you got caught shoplifting at Goodman's department store Monday. You're coming down fast in the world. Used to shoplift at the Canal Street stores and... Celeste. What a lie. Who said so? Bernie. It come out in the papers. Picayune item in states? Celeste. Show me the item so I can call my lawyer. Bernie. I don't save press clippings for kleptos, sister. Celeste. It was a false accusation to begin with. My brother, Henry Delacroix Griffin, set them straight and also has got me a job. That's the news. The message. I rushed in here to let you be the first to know of it. Bernie. It's about time you quit hustling. Not because you think so, but because the guys you hustle for the price of a bottle or a couple of drinks have eyes to see you with, sister. And what they see is a wino, long in the tooth. Celeste. Is this any way to talk to a girl at Xmas? Bernie with an amiable grin. Oh no. Face it. You can't make it, Celeste. Can't even get away with a little shoplifting at Christmas. Celeste grandly. Give me the key to my room. I don't want to stay in this lobby. Bernie. You don't have a room here no more. You've been checked out and your stuff locked up in the basement by order of cats. Celeste. Cats wouldn't do this to me. When did he do this to me? Bernie. When it come out in the papers that a lady identifying herself as Miss Agnes Jones had been arrested shoplifting. Celeste. Agnes Jones is who? Not me. Sounds like a made-up name. My name is Celeste Delacroix Griffin. Bernie. Yeah, but we were tipped off that you gave a made-up name when the cops picked you up, and it's Agnes Jones. Celeste. Who told you such a false story? Bernie. Trinket. Your old friend Trinket saw the newspaper item about your shoplifting rap and said, Agnes Jones? It's Celeste. Celeste. Me? Agnes Jones? Not me. Agnes Jones is the name she gave at Mercy Hospital, which I never spoke of it before. She used the name Agnes Jones for her secret operation. There is a pause. Contemplation. I gotta go upstairs. I gotta go to the little girl's room a minute. Bernie. Use the toilet down here. Celeste. Get crabs for Christmas? I don't want crabs for Christmas. You use it if you want to be infested with crabs, but I'm going to the upstairs, John. She crosses to the stairs off the lobby and goes up. Bernie answers a switchboard call. Bernie. Silver Dollar Hotel? No. Gone. I said gone. People go. Checked out of here and left no forwarding address. Sorry. Merry Christmas. The switchboard rings again as Bernie is plugging out. He answers the second ring. Trinket, at the phone in her room. Bernie, is she down there? I mean, Celeste? Bernie, she's not in the lobby right now. Trinket, good, then I can come down. I don't want to run into her. Bernie plugs out. He unpeels a candy bar and starts munching on it slowly with lazy enjoyment. Celeste returns to the desk with an oddly accomplished smile. More than a mere visit to the loo would account for. Celeste, excitedly malicious. I see there's been a Christmas celebration. Was it organized by Trinket Dugan? Did she put on her Santa Claus suit and ring a cowbell under that sorry tree? I never seen a worse decorated tree, broken ornaments on it and needles already shedding. Sure looks sad. Sample bottles of cheap perfume for the ladies and dime store ties for the gents. Oh my God. Christmas is something you gotta do big or don't do it. There is a pause. Bernie munches his candy bar. Celeste hugs her bosom as if she were still on the chilly street. She watches him munching slowly at his candy bar as he reads a book of cartoons. What you eatin', Bernie? A candy bar? Bernie barely grunts. What kind of candy bar is it? Oh, Henry? Baby Ruth? Picking up the candy wrapper. Aw, a Mr. Good bar. I never have had one of them. I'm a Hershey milk chocolate girl. The only thing better than a Hershey milk chocolate bar is a Hershey almond bar, Bernie. They used to come in the 50-cent size when I was in convent school. A girlfriend of mine and me would buy us that 50-cent bar and eat away on it all afternoon. Dibs on the last bite, Bernie, huh? Dibs on the last bite, Bernie. They give me the cold turkey treatment in the pokey, and that treatment, it leaves you with an awful craving for sweets. My mouth is watering, Bernie. Bernie. Yeah, well, swallow or spit. He finishes the bar and leans back in his swivel chair, eyes falling shut. Celeste. In summer, the chocolate sticks to the candy wrapper, but in the winter, the wrapper comes off clean. She licks a tiny bit of chocolate off the candy wrapper. It sure comes off clean in winter. Bernie, sleepily. Why don't you give up? Celeste. Give up, did you say? An easy piece of advice to give, but not to follow. She moves back to the ruptured sofa under the Christmas tree, removes from the tree a garland of popcorn, and munches it as she speaks. Give up? My life? Oh no. I still have longings. And as long as you have longings, satisfaction is possible. Appetites? Satisfaction's always possible, Bernie. Cravings? Such as a craving for sweets or liquor or love? Satisfaction is still possible, Bernie, and on a give-and-take basis. Why, just today a man was talking to me. He didn't look me in the eyes. He kept his eyes on my breasts. At last I laughed. I said, touch him. They won't break. They're not soap bubbles, and they're not a padded brassiere. Bernie? Bernie! How would you like a quickie in my old room? It wouldn't be the first time, would it, Bernie? Bernie. Give up. Celeste, sitting back down. Give up is something I never even think of. I'll go on. Not to the Rainbow Bakery. After New Year's, that's not for me. I'm too imaginative to fool with bread. Bread is something that has to be broken in kindness, in friendship or understanding, as it was broken among the apostles at our Lord's Last Supper. Gee, the cold turkey treatment sure does leave you hungry, and with such a craving for sweets that if I was employed right now at the Rainbow Bakery, the donuts and pastry and fruit cakes, cream puffs, and last year, Trinket Dugan had some little fancy cornucopias full of hard candy on the tree. Now just stale popcorn. Katz is a long man to wait for. When do you think he'll... Trinket enters the lobby by the interior stairway. She is wild-eyed, shaken. Celeste has snatched up an old copy of the Saturday Evening Post. She has raised it to cover her face, but is peeking over the top of the dirty cover. Bernie making a switchboard connection. Silver dollar. Trinket, faintly. Bernie. Celeste, giggling. What a funny cartoon. You can't beat the cartoons in the Saturday Evening Post. Bernie, into the phone. No such party here. Nope, no such party. He unplugs. Trinket, louder. Bernie! May I speak to you, please? Bernie. Sure. What? Trinket. Come outside for a moment. This is private, Bernie. Bernie. I can't leave the switchboard, Miss Dugan. Trinket. I think you'd better. This is a serious matter. I can't speak to you about it in front of that woman. Celeste. What a funny cartoon. It's a scream. Ho ho. Trinket. This is something that may call for legal action. Celeste, turning a page. Here's another funny one. Ho ho ho. Trinket. On several occasions, I found signs that my bedroom had been entered while I was out. Not by the hall door, but by the outside entrance, from the stairs outside. The lock wasn't broken. It was entered by someone who held a key to that entrance. Only one person did. Consequently, I knew who'd been coming in. Still, I refrained from reporting it to the police. Out of pity, Bernie, I made no report, no complaint, although the sneak had been drinking up my wine and picking up money that I deliberately left on the bureau out of pity. This is a person, Bernie, that I have befriended over a long, long period. You might say supported even. Bernie, you know that I could afford to stay at a first-class hotel, but I've stayed here out of loyalty and friendship. I dressed that Christmas tree. I bought a gift for everyone registered here and put them under the tree. To all employees, I passed out a $5 gold piece. I pity transients at Christmas. This hotel is full of derelicts, Bernie. Lost, lonely, homeless at Christmas. Her voice is high and shaky. Heaven knows what secret sorrows they carry with them, and very few care. Celeste, throwing down the magazine. Bernie, get her some music to go with that speech. Trinket. I've been lucky, financially. I'm not boasting about it. I feel humbly grateful about it. My daddy left me 3 oil wells in West Texas. One is bone dry right now. One comes in now and then, but the number 3 well is a gusher. It's a continual gusher. Now, Bernie, I'm not purse proud. See this? She removes a large wad of paper money from her purse. I never walk out of the Silver Dollar Hotel without a wad of money that you could choke a horse with. That's not what I do with it, though. I have a horde of friends in financial trouble. As long as they're loyal to me, I'm devoted to them. I give out gifts, called loans, expecting no repayment, except in friendship, Bernie. Bernie, go up to the stair landing and see what some vicious person has scratched on the wall up there. It has to come off right away. Bernie, something's written up there? Trinket. No, not written. Scratched, I said. Scratched. Probably with a nail file. Bernie. Well, I'll go take a look. Trinket, breathlessly. Yes, please do. Thank you, Bernie. He goes up the few steps that curve behind the back wall of the lobby. Celeste, in a fierce whisper. I told you I'd get even. This is just the beginning. Trinket. Yes, I know who did it. Celeste. I spent every day for years. For years. Trinket. Living off me. Celeste. Cheering you up. Getting you out of depression. Distracting you from your mutilation. You know it. Bernie comes back to the lobby. Bernie. Miss Dugan, I seen it, but I don't know how to remove it because it's scratched in the wall. Trinket. Cover it with something, with a no smoking sign. Bernie. The only sign we got's a no loitering sign in the downstairs washroom, and it wouldn't make sense on the landing. Trinket. Cover it up with this calendar. She points to a pictorial calendar over the desk. Bernie. I don't have no thumbtacks here. Trinket. Use adhesive tape then. Bernie. Don't have that neither. Trinket, putting money in his hands. Run to the drugstore next door and get some adhesive tape. Fast as you can. Nobody must go up or down those stairs till that vicious lie about me is covered up. Hurry. Otherwise the Silver Dollar Hotel will lose its only good tipper. And for New Year's, I'm planning to pass out presents again. Bernie. Okay. Trinket. I'll watch the switchboard for you. Bernie goes out. There's a dead silence in the lobby. Trinket speaks without looking at Celeste. If I were you, I wouldn't sit there much longer. Celeste. The calendar won't stay up. Trinket. If it doesn't, I'll know who's taking it down, and I'll take action. Celeste. What action? Trinket. Action. Celeste. How do you know it won't appear other places? There's other places. It might break out like a plague. Trinket. Yes, in the house of detention. Print it on the walls in the house of detention. Cover the prison walls with it. Bernie, returning. Got it. Trinket. Here's the calendar. Hurry. Bernie goes up the short, curving flight of steps and disappears behind the back wall of the lobby. The 2 women are silent. Celeste, rising from sofa. How much a discount do you get on an Xmas tree from last year? I'm covered with needles off it. She brushes herself elaborately. Trinket. I would like for you to return me the key to my outside entrance. I'd be much obliged if you hand it back to me right now so I won't have to put a padlock and burglar alarm on that door. Celeste. I've thrown it away long ago. Trinket. You know I know that's a lie. And let me warn you that if tonight I discover any evidence that you've been in my room while I'm out, you'll find yourself right back in the house of detention. Yes, right back there tonight. Celeste. Tonight I'll be at my brother's for eggnog and fruitcake. Huey P. Long will be there. I love the kingfish, and he seems to find me amusing. Trinket. Who doesn't find you absurd? Celeste. Uh-huh. Well, I won't be alone with a continual gusher of jealousy in my heart, tonight and all other nights. Forever and ever. Amen. Bernie returns to the lobby. Bernie. Okay, I got it covered. Celeste. So long, Agnes Jones. She exits to the street. Trinket to Bernie. You don't believe it, do you? That vicious lie about me? Bernie. Hell, Miss Dugan. I got my own business. Trinket. I can't imagine. Impossible to imagine. Malice like that. The lobby dims out as she goes out to the street and the carolers sing. Scene 2. On the fourth stage is a bench in Jackson Park. Behind it, on the scrim, is a projection of the equestrian statue of Andrew Jackson. Trinket enters and sits on the bench stiffly. Trinket. It's going to take me a little while to recover from that shock. I'm still shivering from it. Yes, I felt close to panic, but now I'll get a hold of myself. Why do I care so much? There's nothing shameful, nothing criminal about an affliction, a mutilation. She shakily lights a cigarette. I am not Agnes Jones. I am Trinket Dugan, and I have absolutely no intention of giving up. Not a bit in the world. Wouldn't dare to, or even care to. Tonight, I'll drive out Agnes Jones. I'll do it right now. How? I'll walk around this bench, and when I've walked around it, Agnes Jones will be out of me and never get back in. She springs up. The sudden action makes her dizzy. She falls back onto the bench and gasps for breath. Then she rises and starts a slow march about the bench. Out. Agnes Jones. Out. Agnes Jones. Out. Agnes Jones. She has returned to the front of the bench. There. Now. It's such a clear, frosty night. I can see my breath in the air and... Yes, I'm calming down now. I knew I would, and I am. She sways a bit and falls back onto the bench. Now she speaks in a different voice, harsh with anger and self-contempt. In the afternoons, old people with nothing else to do come here and stay, till the sun is fading away. When they leave here, I come here. I'm the night bench sitter of Jackson Square. The gates are closed at midnight. It's nearly midnight. My hands are still shaky. It's time for me to go to the Café Bohème and have my absinthe frappe at a corner table with an empty chair across from me. Over-tipping as if it was necessary to apologize for sitting alone at a table meant for two. Two! In life, there has to be two. The old winter voice of Agnes Jones is still in me. I said, out, Agnes Jones. Out, 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 and stay out. Once more around the bench. She marches around the bench again. But, of course, I do have to prepare myself for the possibility that Celeste will be in the Cafe Bohème tonight. And when I come in, is likely to make a vicious remark of some kind. Oh, I'd sink through the floor. I'd never be able to enter the place again. Out, Agnes Jones. She arrives in front of the bench. Such a clear, frosty night. Andrew Jackson is all wet, shiny, green, like he'd rode up out of the sea. Oh, with so much beauty around me, yes, still. Even now, why should I have room in me for the ugly, cowardly voice of Agnes Jones? Too much solitude can be corrected. Yes, it must be corrected. I will correct solitude by what? Why not enter the Cafe Bohème tonight like a gladiator, shouting, "Here I am, the mutilated Trinket Dugan alias Agnes Jones"? No, impossible. Couldn't. Not necessary. She can't prove the mutilation unless I expose it to someone. Oh, but not daring to expose the mutilation has made me go without love for 3 years now. And it's the lack of what I need most that makes me speak to myself with the bitter old winter cold voice of Agnes Jones' love. Hand on my breast. She makes a sound like a hooked fish would make if it could make a sound. She rises, then sits back down. She gives way not to despair, but to some inner convulsion, which makes her produce these dreadful soft cries. They are accompanied by abrupt, indecisive movements to rise or reach out, or gradually they subside. She pulls herself together. No more negative thoughts. Tonight, I'll give myself the Christmas gift of a lover. Yes, I'll find him tonight, and he will be beautiful, perfect. Perhaps he'll be kind even. So kind I can tell him about my mutilation. She acts out the admission. There's something I feel I should tell you before we couldn't get the words out. Oh, but I'll think of something. If I find him tonight. If that miracle happens tonight at the Cafe Bohème. Voice offstage. Gates closing. Trinket. Gates closing. Must go. She leaves as the bench is dimmed out. The carolers enter. Carolers. The lost will find a public place where their names are not unknown. And there, oh, there an act of grace may lift the weight of stone on stone. A miracle. A miracle. The finding of a love unknown. Oh, but to love they need to know how to walk upon fresh snow, and to leave no footprint where they go, walking on new-fallen snow. A miracle. A miracle. No footprint on new-fallen snow. The wounded and the fugitive, the solitary ones will know. Somewhere a place that's set apart, a place of stillness cool as snow. A miracle. A miracle. A place that quiets the outraged heart. It may be in a public park that has a bench that's set apart, and not by daylight after dark, with winter mist upon the park. A miracle. A miracle. A mist that veils a winter park. Scene 3. The park bench is removed, and the scene becomes the interior of the Café Bohème. The bar is shaped like a horseshoe. Inside is standing Tiger, the proprietor, who was formerly a boxer and a seaman, and who is now in his 50s. About the bar are several patrons. The sound of an ambulance is now receding into the distance. Trinket Dugan appears in the lighted area. Trinket. Merry Christmas! She gets no response. Has Celeste been there, talking against her? She is uncertain whether to stay in the bar, but where else is there to go? Nowhere. She slips quietly, then to a solitary table beside the bar. There is a slight pause. Woman at bar. I can't believe it. Can you? Alive and laughing 1 second, dead the next. Pious queen at the bar. He told a very sacrilegious story. Tiger. Hell, don't you think that God has a sense of humor? Ted just laughed a little too loud and bust a blood vessel. Maybe God laughed too. Woman at bar. And bust a blood vessel too? Tiger. It wasn't a bad way to go. Trinket. Sitting up straight and stiff and calling out shrilly. Who died? Did somebody die? Tiger. Yeah, somebody died. So he died. Somebody always dies, don't he? What yours, Trinket? Name your drinks, everybody. It's all in the house in memory of the deceased. They murmur their drinks. Trinket calls out hers as loudly as if she was furious over something. A hand has risen to her mutilated bosom. Trinket. Absinthe frappe, please, Tiger. The old electric piano is started again. It plays under the ragtime tuner medley, starting with Under the Bamboo Tree, as two sailors enter. One is short, named Bruno. One tall, called Slim. Everyone turns to glance at them. It's the tall one they look at because he shines like a star. Suddenly, Trinket calls shrilly, Tiger, Tiger, burning bright, I need my absinthe frappe. Slim, is this the place? Bruno, yeah, this is the place. Slim, where is he? Bruno, what are you shouting about? Slim, why should I whisper? What's there to whisper about? Bruno, don't make yourself conspicuous in this place. Slim, why? Is there something wrong with it? Bruno, no, there's nothing wrong with it except it's special. You notice how quiet people are? Slim, yeah. The place is spooky. Why is a place so quiet on Xmas Eve? Bruno, sit down at the bar. Slim, where's your rich friend? Is he here or not here? I want to go if he ain't. Bruno, we're 10 minutes early. Tiger, boys, you can't stay here. This place is off limits to the Navy. Bruno, we're just looking for someone. Tiger, who are you looking for, Mac? Bruno, a fellow I met on my last liberty here. Tiger, what's his name? Bruno, his name was Ted. Tiger, if you mean Ted Dinwiddie, Ted Dinwiddie is dead. Bruno, no kidding. Slim, Jesus. Come on, let's go. I knew somebody had died here. Woman at bar. He died here tonight. Screamed and fell off that bar stool an hour ago. Pious queen. This one, right next to me. Woman. The coroner said he was probably already dead when he hit the floor. Trinket, rising and crossing to the bar. That is no way to break the news of a death. Slim. He died, and he's dead. Let's go. Bruno. Hell, I need a drink first. Trinket. The news of a death is shocking to anyone living, and it ought to be broken more gently. Bruno. Give me a CC and 7. Tiger. I told you, you're off limits here. Pious queen, rising from the bar stool. Boys, I have a room next door, and I can provide you both with civilian outfits. In civvies. You know, you can go anywhere in town. Trinket. Your clothes wouldn't fit these boys. I have a better suggestion. She grips Bruno's elbows. Get your buddy outside. I'll wait by the door. She goes out of the bar. The electric piano starts up and the voices fade as Trinket departs. She waits tensely on the forestage, then suddenly runs back into the bar, calling out, Shore police are coming. Slim. I got no liberty pass. Tiger. Go out the back way. Bruno, I got a Liberty Pass. I'll go up front. Slim, you go in the head. The light on the bar area dims out as the sailors run in separate directions. Bruno, the short sailor, comes out and stands beside Trinket. Trinket, here they come. She means the shore police. She advances to intercept them as the lights dim out. Merry Christmas, boys. Scene 4. As the scrim closes and the lights come up on forestage, the shore police ignore Trinket and ask to see Bruno's Liberty Pass, which he produces very slowly. Trinket. He's got his pass. He is my little brother. We are just standing here discussing where to go next. Shore police. Yeah, well, don't go in here. This place is off limits. Trinket. Well, we're not going in that bar. We're going to the cathedral for the midnight candlelight service, aren't we, buddy? Bruno. Yes, ma'am. Sister. The shore police case the bar. They look off stage and then depart. Trinket. That's that. Now get your buddy. Bruno. I don't want to insult you, but we're not out looking for whores. Trinket. Oh, I'm not insulted. I'm flattered, but you couldn't be more mistaken. Here. Looky here. She opens her purse and produces a roll of large bills. See this roll of greenbacks? You could choke a horse with it if you wanted to choke a horse, but who wants to choke a horse? So money isn't my problem. My problem is not economic. My problem is... She raises a trembling hand to her left breast. Bruno. Is what? Trinket. Human. A human problem. Only one person knows it beside myself. Only one other person in the world knows about it but me. Bruno. What's your problem? Trinket. This other person who knows it was a person I trusted. But now, just tonight, she betrayed me. In such a horrible way. She clenches a gloved fist in the air. Bruno, are you scared to tell me this problem? Trinket. It's a thing. It's a thing. She can't force herself to confess it. Bruno, chuckling. Everything is a thing. Trinket. This is a thing that... Bruno. You got a nice little body. Have you ever done it outdoors? Trinket. What? No. Bruno. I've done it outdoors in the quarter. You just slip between two buildings out of the light and it's just as private as if you'd be in your room. Trinket. You're talking about alley cats. And you don't understand. I'm attracted to your friend. I'm waiting out here for him. Get him out of the bar before the wolves snatch him away. Bruno. Him? Slim? He's ignorant like a baby. I'm experienced at it. Trinket. Slim? His name's Slim? Bruno. Forget him. Trinket calling out. Slim! Slim! Bruno makes another effort to put his hand under her cape. She cries out in panic. Stop it! I'm mutilated. At this exact moment, Celeste's loud, drunken voice is heard. Celeste. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells. It seems to be all she remembers of the song. Trinket. Oh God, it's her. It's Celeste. Stand in front of me, hide me. She clutches Bruno by the lapels of his pea jacket and draws them about her, pressing her face to his chest as Celeste appears and stalks across the forestage, still tonelessly singing. Celeste. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle, jingle all the way. On the word way, she arrives at the lamppost and turns front, opening her coat. Her eyes are very wide in a farcically lascivious way. She must be trying to attract the attention of someone across the street. Then she resumes the hoarse, toneless chant and stalks off. Trinket. Oh God, has she gone? That awful, demented creature goes singing at night through the quarter to catch the attention of near and far-sighted drunks. And when they hear her in the Café Bohème, they all laugh. They all say, "There goes old Madame Goat." Did she see me? She didn't see me, did she? If she'd seen me, she would have shouted a criminal slander about me, for which I would have locked her up. Now, quick, find your buddy. It's him I want for Christmas. She moves a few steps from Bruno so that the rest of the speech will seem addressed to her herself rhapsodically. Tall, crowned with gold, that's so gold it's like his head had caught fire. And I know. I remember the kind of skin that goes with flame-colored hair. It's like snow. It's like sunlight on snow. I remember. I know. Slim appears with Celeste entering from the left. She is stoutly supporting his tall, wobbly frame. Trinket cries out, "Oh God! He's been snagged by an old wino. Get him away from her, quick! That woman's criminal, a shoplifter, a convicted klepto, evicted, takes old men up alleys for the price of a drink." Celeste. "I heard that remark, Agnes Jones." She squares off like a bull about to charge. There should be flashes of bluish-white light on the stage, as if an acetylene torch, a soundless one, was drilling the street, throwing fantastically long, tall shadows over the street fronts. Inside the bar, the electric piano plays a paso doble. Trinket. Just out of jail, less than an hour ago. I swear. Get him away from her, quick. Quick. She is infested with vermin. Lice. Celeste. I heard that remark. She stamps like a bull, pawing the earth before charging. Bruno. Slim? Hey, Slim. But Bruno doesn't approach Celeste, who stands guarding Slim. Trinket. In a transport, an ecstasy of fury. Don't just call him, go get him. Celeste. Try. He's felt my bosom. He's felt my breasts, both of them. Trinket, wildly. Shut up, for God's sake, be still. Celeste spits at her from a distance. She spits. Where's the toad? Wherever a witch spits, it produces a toad. Bruno is amused, now chuckling drunkenly. Slim rests against the proscenium with a weak, vague grin. Slim. Catfight. Bruno. Come on, this one here's got money. Slim. Aw, frig 'em all. Trinket. Oh, I have a warning for you. Celeste, let me give you this warning. I have engaged the biggest lawyer in town, a criminal lawyer, that never loses a case, and I will spare no expense, to have you committed to the state hospital for the criminal insane. Bread and water, not wine. That's what you'll... Celeste suddenly charges forward and snatches Trinket's purse from her. Thief! Thief! Stop, thief! With an Indian war whoop, Celeste has dashed off stage. Slim slides slowly down the proscenium edge till he sits against it. There is a change of light and music. The electric piano goes into a number such as, "Please don't talk about me when I'm gone." Ha! She snatched an empty purse. I have my money out. Look, here, in my hand. She holds up her roll of bills. Now hurry, catch us a taxi before I die on this corner. Bruno is getting Slim onto his feet, with soothing, affectionate murmurs as the carolers assemble on the forestage and sing. Carolers. For dreamers there will be a night that seems more radiant than day, and they'll forget they must, that light's a thing that will not stay. A miracle, we dream forever and a day. Now round about and in and out, we will turn and we will shout. Round about and in and out, again we turn, again we shout. A miracle, A magic game that children play. The dims out as the carolers disperse. Scene 5. Trinket's bedroom is lighted as she comes up the outstage stairs with Slim, who is leaning heavily on her. Trinket. Well, here we are. Did you think we'd ever make it? Slim. Yeah, I thought we'd make it. Trinket. I wasn't so sure. I mean that we'd make it together, but here we are together. This is my little home. Slim. Not much to it. Trinket. No, there's not much to it, but it's familiar. It's home. I lived here before my father's good luck in the oil fields, and I became so attached to this room that I stay on and on. You know, you can love a room you live in like a person you live with, if you live with a person. I don't. I live alone here. I have the advantage of a private, outside entrance, and that's an important advantage, especially when you have a guest with you at night. You don't always want to have to go through the hotel lobby, which I'd have to do at any big hotel with Slim. With house dicks in it, Trinket. With everyone in it. Slim, suspiciously. Trinket. You're so tall you make the ceiling seem low. Take off your coat and sit down. Slim. Not till I make up my mind if I want to stay here or not. Trinket. Nervously. Oh. Slim. Oh. I can take care of myself in this situation or any goddamn situation that wop Bruno's ever gotten me into. Last weekend, he introduced me to a rich old freak that had a 2-story apartment at the Crescent Hotel. I looked around and I was alone with this freak. I said to the freak, "Something's not natural here." And the freak said to me, "I'm your slave. I'm your slave." I said, "Okay, slave, show me the color of your money." Trinket, sadly. Oh. Slim, what do you mean by oh? Trinket, I just mean oh. Slim, broodingly. Oh. Then the rich freak says, "Master, I am your slave. My money is green as lettuce and as good as gold." I said, "Slave, forget the description. Let me see it. Show me the color of your money." Trinket, are you speaking to me or Slim? I'm telling you something that happened last weekend, which cost me home leave for Christmas. This character, this freak, fell down on her knees and said, "You hit me. Oh, boo-hoo, you hit me." I hadn't touched this freak, but then I got the idea. The freak wanted me to hit her. "Okay, slave, get up." The freak got up and I shoved her into a gold-framed mirror so hard it cracked the glass. "Now, slave, I don't want to hear a description of your money. I want to see it." What are you messing around with over there? Trinket, me? Slim, you. Trinket, I'm boiling some water to make you some instant coffee. She comes from behind an ornamental screen or hanging. Slim, are you having a heart attack? Trinket, oh no. Why? Why? Slim, you keep a hand over your chest. He reaches out to pull her hand away. She gasps and retreats. Trinket, no. In panic, to divert him, she snatches a photograph from the dresser. Look at this. Would you recognize me in this newspaper photo? I'm standing between the mayor and the president of the International Trade Mart. Then, at that time, I was in the field of public relations. I was called the Texas Tornado. I planned and organized the funeral of Mr. Depression. Yes, I had the idea of burying Mr. Depression, holding an exact imitation of a funeral for him. All civic leaders backed me. There was a parade. I mean, a funeral procession. No. He stretched his hand out again to remove her hand from her chest. For Mr. Depression. It should be apparent that this was the climax of her life. Slim. There's something not natural here. Trinket. Oh? No. Mr. Depression was carried along Canal Street and up St. Charles with big paper lilies on his 12-foot coffin. And there was a band playing a funeral march, and I led the band. I walked in front of it, dressed like a widow, sobbing in a black veil. He reaches again for her hand, still clasped in panic to her chest. No. It went. The procession went. All the way to Abaddon Park. And then you can guess what happened. Slim, weaving, pays no attention to this. It rained, like rain had never fallen before upon the earth. Cats, dogs, crocodiles, zebras. The procession broke up. Band quit. Everything dissolved, dispersed in the cloudburst. Kettles whistling. She rushes back of the screen or hanging. Slim. Morbid. Trinket, rushing back out. Here, but let it cool first before you... He takes the cup and empties it on the floor. Oh, you spilt it. Oh. She rushes back of the screen and back out with a towel, mops up the spilt coffee. Now I'm no longer in public relations at all. It seems like another life in another world to me. It's hard to imagine the energy, confidence, drive I had when I first hit this town. Personalities go through such radical changes when something happens to change the course of their lives. Don't they? Haven't you noticed? There is a pause between them. Celeste appears before the hotel. She has 2 purses, Trinket's and hers. She stands at the foot of the outside stairs to Trinket's room and stamps her foot twice. Slim. There's something goddamn wrong here. Peculiar. Not natural. Morbid. Trinket. I don't know what it could be except that you won't sit down and you won't take coffee. Is it something about me? I'm a simple, ordinary person, and you're my guest, and I'm your friend, not your slave. I've always maintained that this city is hard on the unformed characters of young people that come here, especially if they... No, please sit down. Do. I'd be so happy. Slim. I don't sit down and stay down in any morbid place till I know if I want to stay in it. Be my slave, and show me the lettuce color of your money. Good as gold. Celeste at the foot of the stairs. She stamps her foot twice more. Trinket in a shamed voice. It's green as lettuce, and it's good as my father's continual gusher in Texas. Celeste stamps her feet twice more and tosses Trinket's purse onto the sidewalk. She stamps on the purse. Celeste, in a strange chanting voice separating each syllable. Sarah Bernhardt had 1 leg. The other was a wooden peg. But good she did, yep, she did good, clumping on a stump of wood. She throws back her head and laughs at the sky. Trinket. It's a pity so many people have to choose the night of our Savior's birth to behave in such a... Celeste kicks Trinket's purse into the orchestra pit as a policeman comes on. Policeman. Move along. Celeste. That's just what I'm doing. She goes off one way, the policeman the other. Slim. What have you got to drink here? Trinket. You don't want more to drink, Slim. Slim. Don't argue with me or I'll throw you across the room and... Trinket. Oh, Slim, you don't mean that. You only say that because I'm afraid your friend has led you into the wrong kind of company, Slim. Oh, your hair is red gold. Red gold, your skin is like sunlight on snow. Slim, liquor, out with it. Quick before I trinket. I have nothing but wine here. Slim, produce it. Out with it, quick, before I break you a mirror. Trinket. No one can frighten me, Slim. But she pours a glass of wine from her crystal decanter. Here. Slim, you take a drink of it first. I'm taking no chances. Trinket. Why, thank you, I will. I can use it. She sips the wine, then offers the glass to him. Slim, pour me a clean other glass. I don't want to drink out of yours and catch something morbid. Trinket. You mustn't talk like that to me, even though you don't mean it. Do you know how long it's been since a man has been in this room? Several years. And it seemed like a lifetime. A death time. Celeste marches into sight again, stops at the foot of the stairs and stamps her foot twice as if about to commence the formal parade of a palace guard. Slim falling onto the bed. I'm paralyzed here in a morbid situation. Celeste opens her huge purse and removes a key. Then she mounts the stairs, saying, "Clump," with each step. Trinket gasps and rushes to bolt the outside door. Celeste tries the door with her key. No luck. Then she throws back her head like a dog yowling at the moon, and she cries out, "Celeste, Agnes Jones." Trinket. Yes, it's the whore that snatched my purse on the street. She gasps and turns out the light as if that would protect her from Celeste's maniacal siege. Celeste. You'll find your empty purse outside in the gutter where I kicked it, you think. It's got your rosary in it, and your father's picture standing next to his gusher. You better come out and get it before the trash man sweeps it into a sewer. Trinket. Celeste, go back to the house of detention and ask for medical help there. You're out of your mind, howling like a mad dog on my stairs. Celeste. You told Bernie and Katz I'd been to jail, you think. Trinket. You scratched a hideous lie on the stairs about me. Celeste. I scratched the truth about you. You got 2 mutilations, not 1. The worst mutilation you got is a crime of the Christian commandments. Stinginess, cheapness, purse pride. Your rosary's in the gutter with your gusher. God damn, you got me thrown out, out, out. She stamps her foot with each out, and everything that I owned locked up in a basement. Trinket. You know what you did, and I don't have to remind you, and now go back downstairs before I have the phone in my hand. She has picked up the telephone. Celeste. Fink. Mutilated fink. Trinket into the telephone. Bernie. Celeste runs down the stairs. At the bottom, she stops and looks up, sobbing at the sky, weeping like a lost child. There is a pause, a silence. Celeste approaches the orchestra pit, stoops, her hand extended. The purse is handed back to her from below. She returns sobbing to the bottom of the outside staircase. She removes the rosary from Trinket's purse and begins to tell her beads, sobbing. I believe she... Slim. I'd have been home for Christmas and not broke Mom's heart if I hadn't gone AWOL last weekend. But instead of home, I'm paralyzed here in a morbid situation with a morbid hooker and a goddamn Bruno's gone where? Trinket at the telephone. Bernie? Trinket. Bernie is lighted dimly at the switchboard in the lobby. Be a doll, Bernie, and fetch me my 2 hamburgers from the White Castle and a big carton of black coffee, and hurry back with it. This is a $5 tip night for you, Bernie. Celeste stands shivering in a blue spotlight at the foot of the outside stairs. Celeste. Anyhow, I'm not mutilated. She is. Bernie walks past her to the White Castle. Bernie, sweetheart? He ignores her as she goes. Slim falls back onto the bed. Trinket unties his shoes. Slim, falling asleep. Morbid. Unnatural. Slave. Trinket. Oh, please stay awake with me. Slim. Ah, Gawa. He rolls away from her and begins to snore. Trinket. Well, anyhow, I have somebody here with me. Celeste's alone, but I'm not. I'm not alone, but she is. Celeste sinking onto the bedroom step of the outside stairs. No, I'm not mutilated. She is. Trinket switches on the radio. It's soundless. Trinket. The candlelight service is over. The holy infant has been born in the manger. Now he's under the starry blue robe of his mother. His blind, sweet hands are fumbling to find her breast. Now he's found it. His sweet, hungry lips are at her rose petal nipple. Oh, such wanting things lips are, and to such giving things breasts. The carolers have quietly assembled before the hotel. As the bedroom scene dims out, they begin to sing. Carolers. I think for some uncertain reason, mercy will be shown this season, to the wayward and deformed, to the lonely and misfit. A miracle. A miracle. The homeless will be housed and warmed. Single caroler, stepping out of the group. I think they will be housed and warmed, and fed and comforted a while, and still not yet, not for a while. The guileful word, the practiced smile. Carolers. A miracle, a miracle. The dark held back a little while. They disperse. Scene 6. Daylight comes. Celeste is on the sofa under the Christmas tree, snoring and sighing, her huge purse in her lap. Then Trinket's bedroom is lighted. She is in a kimono, seated on the bed. Slim enters from the hall. Trinket. Good morning. I thought you'd gone. He grunts disdainfully and turns away from her to comb his hair. Slim. You got some free publicity on the bathroom wall down the hall there. It says if you don't mind sex with a mutilated woman, knock on room number 307, which is this room number. Trinket. Oh. How horrible of someone. I think I know who it is, the monster that did it. Slim. Where's my wallet? Trinket. I know who did it. The monster last night. Slim. You're talking about one thing, I'm talking about another. You being mutilated is your own business, except it's a stinking trick to take a fellow to bed without letting him know he's going to bed with someone mutilated. She begins to gasp. Ah! First very softly, then building to a scream. He clasps his hand over her mouth as Bruno rushes into the room. Slim releases Trinket. Hey, Bruno, this goddamn lunatic rolled me. Trinket plunges toward the open wall of the room. The sailors drag her back. She writhes grotesquely in their grasp, then collapses to the floor. She's got my wallet with $86. Bruno. Have you got rocks in your head? Slim. I got no rocks in my head. She's got my wallet. Bruno. Lady, are you okay? Trinket moans, crouching by the bed. Bruno hisses at Slim. You lack decent human feelings. You lack... He picks up Trinket and puts her on the bed. Are you all right? Are you all right, huh, miss? Trinket, faintly. Yeah. Slim, I got no rocks in my head. She's got my wallet. Bruno, Trinket. Get him out of here, will you? Bruno to Slim. Come on. Come out in the hall, Rockhead. Slim. I got no rocks in my head. She's got my wallet. That mutilated whore has got my wallet hid somewhere in this fly trap. Bruno. That woman ain't got your wallet. You gave your wallet to me to hold for you, Rockhead. Slim. I'll count the money left in it. They have started to leave. Bruno. This is the last time I go out on liberty with you. Never again. Never under any conditions. No time ever. During this, Trinket has been slowly lifting a trembling hand to her breast. Trinket. Yeah. She opens her diary. Dear diary, the pains come back. The singers enter from the wings. The pitch pipe is blown, but no one sings. They're waiting for someone. He enters from the upstage door of the hotel lobby in a black cowboy's suit, with a diamond-like brilliance outlining his shirt pocket, belt, holster, and the edge of his wide-brimmed hat. The pitch pipe is blown again. Carolers. I think... There is a long pause. The pitch pipe is blown. I think... Long pause. The leader blows long and hard on the pitch pipe. I think... The leader hurls his pitch pipe to the floor. Then the black-clad cowboy, Jack in Black, steps forward and sings alone with a hand on his holster. Jack in Black. I think the ones measured time before the tolling of the bell will meet a friend and tell their that nothing's wrong, that all goes well. Carolers. A miracle, a miracle. Nothing's wrong and all goes well. Jack in Black. They'll say it once and once again, until they say it to themselves, and to nearly think it may be true, no early tolling of the bell. Carolers. A miracle, a miracle. Nothing's wrong. All is well. Scene 7. Later that day. It is silver dusk. There is a murmur of rain. Trinket is dimly lighted in her bedroom. Bernie is back at the switchboard. Celeste is still on the sofa. Trinket at the telephone. Is she still down there, Bernie? Bernie. Her? He leans forward in his swivel chair to look. Yeah? Trinket. What's she doing, Bernie? Bernie. Nothing? Sitting? Trinket. She can't sit down there forever. Or can she, Bernie? Bernie. No, cats don't like it. He told me to get her out, and I said, then get me a stick of dynamite, will ya? Trinket. I've been thinking things over this afternoon, Bernie. And Celeste is not a mentally grown-up person. She's mentally retarded. You know that, Bernie? Irresponsible, childish. She doesn't examine her actions. She can't distinguish between a right and wrong thing. She acts impulsively, Bernie, like children do. You know how children act. Impulsively, thoughtlessly, Bernie. Her shoplifting, for instance, is the act of a child. She sees the thing. She wants it. She picks it up. Like a child picks a flower. Celeste, rousing slightly. What's she saying about me? Trinket. Bernie, you can't hold malice against a child for bad actions. No matter how much it hurts you, you know the limitations and you forgive. Bernie, tell her to come on up to my room and have a glass of wine with me. I want to bury the hatchet. Celeste, rising heavily. What's she saying, huh, Bernie? Bernie, excuse me, Miss Dugan. He turns to Celeste. You got an invitation. Miss Dugan wants you to have a glass of wine upstairs with her. Celeste. Never. I still have my pride. Bernie. Yeah, she's coming, Miss Dugan. Celeste. Never. I'd sooner die. Bernie. Goodbye, Miss Dugan. He hangs up and leans back again with his comic book. Celeste. She draws her ratty fur coat about her and stalks outside. There is no hesitation. She goes straight up the outside stairs to Trinket's. Hearing her approaching footsteps, Trinket unlocks the outside door. Celeste enters with an air of dignity. I just come up here to tell you my friendship isn't for sale. But her eyes gravitate to a cut glass decanter of Tokay on the table. She stops speaking. Her eyes gleam and jaws hang ajar. Trinket. It must be raining out there. Your coat looks wet. Let me hang it up by the heater to dry. Celeste. Oh, yeah. Thanks. Her eyes glitter, fastened on the California Tokay. Trinket. Sit down, dear. Would you like a glass of Tokay? Celeste. Oh, yeah, thanks. Trinket. Help yourself, please. I filled the cut glass decanter. There's more in the jug. Celeste. Where's the jug? Trinket. It's right under the table. Celeste. Oh, yeah, thanks. Trinket. Well, it seems like old times. Celeste. You used to keep those little sweet biscuits, the Trinket, the vanilla cream wafers, Nabiscos. Celeste. Yeah, the Nabiscos. Trinket. It's possible I still have some. Celeste, half rising with excitement. You kept them in a tin box, around. Trinket. Yes, and in this round tin box. Let's see if there's any left in it. Trinket. Why, yes. Celeste. Oh, good. It's hard to beat a Nabisco vanilla wafer in the way of a sweet cake or cookie. Trinket, with a little shuddering cry of horror. Oh, there's a dead cockroach in the box. Celeste. No. It's just a dead bug in a box. Give me the box. I'll get rid of the bug. Celeste picks the bug out of the box. Trinket. Not in the room. Out the door. Out the door. Celeste. Okay. Out the door. She tosses the bug out the door and immediately starts munching a wafer. Trinket, sadly, imploringly. Oh, Celeste. You mustn't eat after a cockroach. You can't eat after a cockroach. Don't. Please. Eat after a cockroach? Celeste. Honey, in the best restaurants, people eat after cockroaches. Hey, let's bum around town tomorrow, huh? Huh? Yeah, we'll bum around town and have lunch together at Arnaud's. Oysters, Rockefeller? Yeah, to begin with. Then a shrimp bisque and... Trinket. Today I found... Celeste. What? You said you found something today? Trinket. Today I found a scorpion in my bed. Celeste. Is that an insect? An insect? Forget it. Well, then after Arnaud's a movie, an afternoon at the movies with a large-sized Hershey, a big Hershey almond bar, huh? Then home together. Trinket, we gotta pick up the thread of our old lives together. It's essential, necessary, we got to. And go on and on and on and on and on like it was. Because we were happy together before we hurt each other. And all that's finished. We won't hurt each other again as long as we live. We will, dear, huh? Music. A little radio music. Trinket. I think we ought to go out after a while to hear the boys' choir sing at the cathedral. The Christmas afternoon mass. Celeste. Clothes are too wet to go out again tonight, Trinket. Get the boys' choir on the radio, honey. Trinket. The cathedral service is peaceful. Celeste. Well, light a candle and let the boys' choir sing on the radio, dear. Trinket. No, it's not the same thing. Christ is present. Christ and Our Lady are present in the cathedral, but here, a drunken sailor stumbles up the steps. Hearing their voices, he stops, tries the door, and knocks. Celeste. Somebody's at the door, Trinket. Her voice is already slurred by the tokay. Trinket. The hotel is full of drunk sailors on leave. Don't let him in. He'll drink the wine up on us. Celeste. I'll just peek out. Trinket. No, don't you. Let me. I won't admit a drunk sailor after last night. She peeks out, but the sailor has stumbled back off. She shuts the door. Nobody. Celeste. But you opened the door for someone that knocked, and how do you know that someone didn't come in? Trinket. Makes sense, please. How could he? Where would he be? We'd see anybody that entered. Celeste. Not necessarily, Trinket. I've always believed in invisibility. I've always had faith in the invisible presence. She rises and faces the audience with a mysterious air. Trinket, skeptically. Oh, Celeste. Celeste, not so loud. Trinket. I remember when you used to see colored aureoles around people's heads. And Celeste, not aureoles, auras. Trinket. Yes, auras. Different colored auras, and you'd tell their fortunes and characters by the color of the aura. You said mine was purple. Celeste. Stop talking. Be still. Act naturally. Give the presence a chance to manifest itself. It will. It's still in the room. Have a little wine, dear. She refills their glasses. Jack in Black enters the lobby from the upstage opening. He lounges, smiling, in the downstage entrance. A distant bell starts tolling. Celeste's voice and manner become even more mysterious. There was an elderly sister at Sacred Heart Convent School that received invisible presences. And when she told me that if I was ever cut off and forgotten by the blood of my blood, and was homeless alone in the world, I would receive the invisible presence of Our Lady in a room I was in. She said that I would smell roses. I smell roses. She said I would smell candles burning. I smell burning candles. She said I would smell incense. I smell incense. I would hear a bell ringing. I hear a bell ringing. More singers appear from the wings. I feel it. Yes. I feel it. I know it. Our Lady's in the room with us. She entered the room invisible when you opened the door. You opened the door of your heart, and Our Lady came in. She falls to her knees. Mary? Mary? Our Lady? Then, in a loud whisper, Trinket, kneel beside me. Trinket hesitates only a moment, then kneels beside Celeste. There has been a gradual change of light in the room. It now seems to be coming through stained glass windows, a subjective phenomenon of the trance falling over the women. Celeste stretches out a hand as if feeling for the invisible presence. She suddenly cries out and draws back her hand as if it had touched the presence. Trinket. What? Celeste, sobbing and rocking on her knees. I touched her robe. I touched the robe of Our Lady. Trinket. Where is it? Where's the robe of Our Lady? Celeste. Here. She seizes Trinket's hand and draws it forward. Trinket, fallen into the trance. Here? Celeste. Yes. There. Kiss the robe of Our Lady. Both women stretch their hands out and draw them back to their mouths as if kissing the robe. Trinket, crying out wildly, the pain in my breast is gone. Celeste, a miracle. Trinket, finally. Celeste and Trinket together. Finally. Oh, finally. Jack in Black, singing alone. And finally, oh finally, the tolling of a ghostly bell cries out farewell to flesh, farewell. Farewell to flesh, farewell. Other singers with him. A miracle, the tolling of a ghostly bell. Celeste and Trinket begin to sing with them, singers without soloist. The tolling of a ghostly bell will gather us from where we fell, and oh, so lightly we will rise, with so much wonder in our eyes. A miracle, the light of wonder in our eyes. Jack in Black crosses through them, smiling and lifting his hat. But that's a dream, for dream we must, that we're made not of mortal dust. There's Jack. There's Jack. There's Jack in Black. Jack in Black. Expect me, but not yet. Not yet. Chorus. A miracle. A miracle. He's smiling, and it means not yet. The bell stops tolling. Jack in Black, singing alone. I'm Jack in Black, who stacks the deck, who loads the dice and tricks the wheel. The bell has stopped because I smile. It means forget me for a while. Chorus. A miracle, forget him for a little while. Jack in Black moves his lifted hat from left to right in the style of a matador, dedicating his fight to the audience. The curtain falls.